Welcome back to today's Family Connection Point. Today I have my youngest daughter with me, Mercy.
Hi.
Yes, and she is here, and we're going to just talk through Matthew chapter 21, verses 33 through 46. And for our activity with our family, you can have a piece of paper, a pen, an envelope, a stamp, or you could just use your phone. We'll get to that in just a minute, but we'll start out by just asking our children this question. Who are God's messengers? Who has God given the responsibility to be messengers to?
In the Bible or at this time?
In the Bible or at this time? Well, first tell me about in the Bible.
Okay, God's prophets, Elijah, Elisha, Jonah, Moses,
Okay.
Jesus.
Jesus. All right, very, very good. She said the prophets and Jesus. She would have kept going there. So now, how about today? How about today? Like, who has God given a special responsibility to teach us His word?
The pastors, our Sunday school teachers, you and Mom, the missionaries.
Okay, very, very good. So one of the special messengers that we have that teaches us God's message is our pastor. And so our pastor is Pastor Brad. And so I'm going to let Mercy, I'm going to let you draw a picture of Pastor Brad, okay? All right, be flattering, okay? Draw a picture of Pastor Brad, and we're going to tell the story while we do this. You see, Jesus is talking to the religious leaders of the time, and he tells them a story about a landowner who's making his land become a vineyard. And so he gets it all ready, he puts a fence around it, he gets it prepared the way he wants, and he hires a group of people to be caretakers over the land. Finally, when it's time to harvest the fruit, he sends a messenger with a special message to these caretakers, and he says, "I want what is rightfully mine." And you know what they do? They actually beat up the messenger. They actually beat up the servant. And so he sends another messenger, another servant, and they actually kill him. And then he sends another servant, and they actually stone that one. Now, was that very nice?
No, that was murder.
That was murder. That's right. And so he sends servant after servant after servant, and that's what happens. So finally he says, I'm going to send a messenger with more authority. I'm going to send my own son with the message. And they actually murder him as well. You see, Jesus turns his attention to the religious leaders after teaching this story and says, what should the landowner do to the evil people who are caretakers?
I know one thing.
What do you think that they should do?
Kill them.
Kill them? Well, that's one. What else?
Banish them to the ends of the earth forever.
Okay, that's good enough. Banishes them to the ends of the earth. Okay, those are good thoughts. And actually, that's kind of what they said. They basically said he should be dealt with. They should be dealt with harshly, and the responsibility should be taken away. You see, what Jesus was showing them is this. God is the landowner. The land is the nation of Israel. The caretakers were actually the religious leaders of the time, and they've been given responsibility to take care of the nation of Israel spiritually. They weren't doing a very good job. God had sent his messengers, prophets, and his servants with a special message, and they had rejected that message. And what Jesus was saying here is that you not only have rejected the prophets, but you've actually rejected God's Son himself. And because of that, you're going to have your responsibility taken away from you. You're no longer going to be able to lead God's people. It's going to be given to another. Now, we're going to focus in on maybe one of the things that they didn't do very well. The caretakers, when God sent his special message with the messengers, they rejected. They were mean. They were not kind. What should our mercy? What should our response be to God's special messengers?
Follow them.
Follow them? Because what? Because they follow what?
The Bible.
Yeah, because they're teaching us about what the Bible says. And so when they teach us about the Bible, we say yes, right? Mm-hmm. And we obey. And so what I want us to do today is I want to be thankful for God's special messengers. Our special messenger is our Pastor Brad. And so you're going to draw this picture, and then I want us later on, not here, we're going to draw a little note and say what we're thankful for about Pastor Brad, and just tell him thank you. Maybe you could even make a phone call and actually call your pastor on the phone and just say, thank you for being God's special messenger. So Mercy, one question and then we'll be done. What's one thing that you are thankful for about Pastor Brad?
that he teaches us and he taught me how to love Jesus.
Yeah, that's very good. And I'm sure he would love to hear that. And so that's our activity. Our activity is to just acknowledge who God's messengers are and that we are supposed to obey, and then to show our appreciation to them today. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow. You say goodbye?